Brother Tim, Brother Brian, on behalf of the College of Santa Fe Alumni Association, I would like to present to you a check for $50,000 in appreciation for all that you have done for all of us. Because I'm sure that I can speak for a lot of these alumni that are here. If it wouldn't have been for you, brothers, and St. Michael's College Santa Fe, we wouldn't be in the positions that we're in now today. So we want you to know that we appreciate your work, all the work that you've done, not only for us, but for the community. And this check is presented on behalf of over 4,000 alumni that we have here in central and northern New Mexico. It's not a real happy occasion for us because of the closing of the college and the fact that the brothers were left with nothing, so to speak. It was hard because it was hard for both of us, for the alumni. We were left with nothing when we were forced out because we don't have a way to make more money to put into the endowment. But these are the proceeds from the endowment fund, and we want you to know that we want you to have a long, happy life and be comfortable, and that even though the city and the city fathers may not have appreciated the work that you've done, we want you to know that we do, and we always will. And so on behalf of the alumni, present you with this check for...
Thank you so much.
Okay, anybody want to say anything? A few words? Alumni, Gene?
You did well, Sam.
Well, you know,
expressed our feelings, I think.
Gene, of course, is the head of the investment committee, and Gene and George Henke are here. George Roybal, George Henke.
Joe
Gonzalez could not be here. He's out of town. Who's the other one?
That's it. Four of them.
Is that it? Okay. Anyway, these are the men that invest the funds to allow us to make earn money on the fund that we have set up, the endowment fund, and this is where these funds come from. We're not using the corpus of it. We're using only the profits so that the fund will keep going. Like I said, we're sorry we don't have bingo anymore. That's where the money went from bingo to earnings, and thanks to our bingo chairman over here, Hazeldine, and the great job that she did. So again, I want personally to thank all of you
for your special love and attention for the brothers of this community who have given their lives to young people, to young adults in northern New Mexico. This is just a beautiful affirmation of all those brothers living as well as those who have passed into eternal life. And we know that they're sharing in this moment. They're part of this communion of saints with us. And so in their special way, know that they pray for you and they intercede for you in gratitude for your love for the brothers of today. So thank you.
Thank you.
Timothy represents all the brothers. I represent only the 12 who are here at this community. But 5 of them moved in recently, and you know those 5 guys. And one of them, Brother Felix, died. Then we moved in where 2 of the brothers who worked at the college were already here. You probably met them tonight, Brother Titus and Brother Andre. Brother Andre taught English, Brother Titus taught math and computer, and he also was registrar for many years. So your gift is going to support 6 of the brothers who are from the college, and some of those who have been teaching in the high school. So all of the brothers of this community, thank you very much. And in the names of the great brothers you remember, Brother Benildus, who was the president, okay, and the brothers who have taught all the way through. Okay, we thank you kindly.
Anybody else want to say anything? Any of the alumni? Any of the brothers? Anybody?
We want to say thank you, a big thank you, because you were great for us. We appreciate it.
We might just have to repeat that, without the college here, the guys that went way back, we were poor as a church mouse, couldn't afford anything, not even go to Vegas, New Mexico that is. We appreciate the college, because without you guys, we wouldn't have a degree. So thanks a million.
And that's, I think that most of us feel that way. I know that certainly I did. I went a year after high school, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I dropped out, and I worked for a year. Then when in the service, when I came back out 2 years later, I got married, started having kids. And 10 years after I first went to college, I went back and was able to finish up. I couldn't have gone anywhere else with a wife and 2 kids already. And so for me, it was God sent. So, and I'm sure it was like that for many of us over here. And we want to know we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Brother Bennick's got something to
Just
say.
one little item that I wanted to mention. I worked for the alumni at the college for about 15 years. And I have never worked with a group that was as dedicated and as hardworking as this group. Gene Burns, I think, was on that work crew for the bingo from its beginning. I don't know, maybe some of the others were too. But that was from 1952, was it?
56.
Whatever. 50 up to the present time. So I really was in awe at the work these gentlemen did. And I want to thank you for the work that you did there, and thank you for the assistance that you'll be giving me with that little piece of paper. Thank you.
I too have to be very appreciative of the fact that it would have been without the help of the brothers that I got when I went to college, because I was in the service. I got my GED when I was in the service. Came home, and I was already enlisted to go to college, and I was taken in immediately. I put in 4 years, and during the period of time that I was going to school, I did also work after the first year that I went to school. And I worked day and night because I didn't want to stay more than 4 years in college. And I was able to do that in 4 years, which was quite a tremendous undertaking. I also want to mention that my wife, I graduated in 1959. My wife in 68 or 69 started school. She was she was working for the telephone company. The telephone company gave him a chance to go to school, and they would pay 75% of the tuition. She started, and she tells a story which I find it kind of amazing, that she had been out of school since 1952 or thereabouts. When she started college, she was very apprehensive of the fact that she may not make it, so she wouldn't tell anybody else. So no one knew, and yet in 71 she graduated. When she told people that she graduated, they couldn't understand. I said, how could you? You never went to school. But she did. And also I have to say that all my 5 kids all graduated from college, and they're all professional. One of them did graduate from the College of Santa Fe, my daughter Deborah. The rest of them graduated from the University of New Mexico, and they're all very professional. And for this, I have to thank you people, because my kids tell me, you imprinted in our minds from the day you came back from the service, you were going to go to college. And maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but they all did. And they're very good students. Thank you.
Thank you, George. I remember thinking back, I went back, I was 28 years old. Boy, was I worried. I was worried, because I was that good a student in high school. I mean, not that this, I just didn't try that hard, but so I really dedicated myself to that. And I finally graduated. I actually graduated in 3.5 years, but I went straight through. against the advice of Gilbert Catnack. He said, don't do that. He said, you'll burn yourself out. The family and 2 kids to feed, I went through it. But you know, it was funny because when I graduated, I remember my mom, I had 2 people closest to me, 2 women close, my mother and my wife. And we had a graduation party, and my mom told my wife, said, you know, Ernest, I never thought he would make it. I'm going to surprise him. And Loretta, my wife, told her, well, Mom, I figured he could make it. I didn't think he was going to make good grades. I graduated with high honors and surprised everybody, including myself. So again, thanks to you and the brothers. Anybody else? Don Moya, where are you? Welcome.
Thank you.
I had to sign, Don wasn't available, so I had to sign his name for this thing over here. And I misspelled Moya. Can you believe it? Anyway.
Checks no good.
Still cashing, right?
They heard me say, the way to be seen is to stand up, the way to be heard is to speak up, and the way to be appreciated is to shut up. So to be really brief, for those of you youngsters whom I taught, thank you. For you old guys who were already doing the bingo when I was a student here, thank you. And that goes for us, I'm sure, from all the brothers. Now that we can't earn our own living, you're helping us survive. Thank you.
Thank you.
The most difficult courses in the world was Brother George, but he taught us one thing: if you're gonna be in his class, you're gonna work. And we worked for a B in that class, and I was about the proudest gentleman in that school because a B was fabulous. But we were there when it was really the high with Brother George and Brother Regis and Brother Ferdinand, and it was just a lovely time during 1968 through 72. I was there, and it was a place where students from Santa Fe and northern New Mexico came, got a great education, felt wonderful about the brothers, and to this day, I love seeing them everywhere, and Brother George is one of the most special ones. Thank you.
Anybody else? George?
I want to thank the brothers. Also, I of course came to school here from New York, and they were incredible as teachers and advisors and as mentors for us all. The time that I spent here impacted on me so much that I decided I wanted to live here and be part of this, and so I ended up staying and raising a family here. And I always think that I owe that to the brothers for really changing my life and giving me direction, so I want to thank them for that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.